Moving on, the next feature that we have is the inline attachment, support of inline attachment between Jira and Rally. We already support inline attachments for Rally. Now, in this PI, we have expanded our JIRA adapter to support inline attachments. So any fields, any RTF field that we have, like the description, comments, or rich text fields, you will be able to go ahead into the description, add the attachments. You don't need to map the attachment field. You can just add the attachments into the description field or into comments, and we'll be able to synchronize the attachment as such onto the destination adapter, which can be Rally Clarity. So for now, inline attachment is not supported for all the adapters that ConnectALL supports. It's very restrictive. As on today, we support inline attachment for Jira, we have it for Rally, and we have it for Clarity. So this predominantly is like you have multiple steps that is added to your description, and you can just go ahead and add the attachments, and these attachments will flow into the description field of Rally. And moreover, like there are restrictions on Rally. For example, Jira will allow you to add a documentation or a Word file or a doc file into the description, but Rally will not actually allow you to do it. So when it synchronizes a doc file or a text file, it mostly goes in as a plain text. And when it comes from back from Rally to Jira, the link will get retained in Jira. So I'll show you a demo how this looks like and how we have to configure it. So this is more on the inline attachments, and the mapping is going to be pretty simple. We don't have any specific mappings that we need to do. You don't need to map an attachment field until you feel that attachment to attachment needs to get synchronized. Otherwise, the description to description, comments to discussion mapping would be done. Few things that we'll have to consider, automatically it takes in, but if you have Cloud Jira, probably we'll have to select the data type as ADF to Wiki. So this is something that we'll have to ensure when we are using a Jira Cloud. These have gone into the documentation. So when you set this up, these details will be given in there. And also there is a limit. So you're trying to put a lot of attachments between Jira, and when you're trying to send it to the end application based on the attachment size, it'll continue to sync. If the attachment size goes beyond what the destination system accepts it, then there you'll start seeing the failure. So attachment synchronization wholly depends on the size the application supports. So that's also something that I have to take care when we're trying to synchronize between these two. The order of the attachments that you are placing on Jira will get preserved when it flows to the destination system and back to the source system. So the order will get preserved. And as such, whatever the application supports, those type of beyond attachment, whatever the application supports, we'll still be able to attach it. Like as said, Jira will support attaching a text file or a PDF file, but Rally doesn't. So when it goes in, whichever the end application doesn't support, it will go in as a plain text. Rally usually supports a PNG, GIF, and a JPEG format from Jira. So those things all will continue to support. And any resizing that we do, for example, Rally, you'll be able to keep the original size. You can make it to 25% or 50%. The resizing will be maintained on the Rally application when it gets synchronized. On Jira, it's more of pixels percentage, and Rally it is more of sizing. So these original size will actually get retained when we are moving it across the systems. As said, this is the configurations that I have given up over here, but I'll quickly show a demo of how this works. The adapter combinations that we have validated is also placed up here on this document if it can help. So we have validated between Cloud Jira and on-prem Jira to Rally and Clarity. These combinations have been validated. Couple of things that we'll have to consider limitations are all the attachment size, the type, the platform limitations and such, which we have called out in this documentation. Let me go quickly into the demo and show you how it got configured and how it looks like. Let me open up my automation. So this is an inline attachment support between Jira and Rally. It's an on-prem Jira, my Rally instance, and entity mapping is between story to user story. And the field mapping, as said, there's no big change of the field mapping. I've mapped the description to description and the comments to comments. You can map it. I don't have an attachment added in here. So let me go into my Jira. Create a story. We should have some attachments. Let me add some attachments in here. It was 120, so 120 is created. Let me get into my Rally. This is my record. So the attachments have come in here. Now I can keep adding up the attachments. Let me add up. So if you see in Rally, it doesn't support anything else. So you will have to just go ahead and only add the attachment. Rally doesn't support you to add stuff. So let me try to save this and do a resync. So you can see that the attachments keeps flowing between and it gets added into the attachment section. So this is what we have for the inline attachments.